There comes a point in life when problems stop feeling temporary. They repeat, they change shape, but they never really leave. You fix one situation and another appears. Different face, same weight. Most people assume this means life is unfair. Stoicism says something colder and more useful. The problem is not what happens to you, it is how your mind meets what happens. Because two people can face the same event, and only one of them suffers. Stoic philosophy does not promise fewer problems, it promises fewer illusions. And once those illusions are removed, most problems lose the power they once had. What you are about to hear is not comfort, it is clarity. Most people believe problems are created by events. A loss, a betrayal, a delay, an insult. But the Stoics saw something deeper, where the same event can break one man and leave another untouched. Why? Because events themselves are neutral. They carry no weight until the mind assigns meaning to them. Marcus Aurelius wrote that if you are distressed, it is not because of what happened, but because of the judgment you formed about it. Change the judgment, and the problem changes with it. This is where Stoic thinking begins. 1. Control what is yours. Ignore the rest. Most problems grow because people fight battles they cannot win. They try to control outcomes, other people's behavior, the past, the future. Stoic thinking draws a hard line. There are things that belong to you, your thoughts, your actions, your responses, and there are things that never will. When you spend energy on what is not yours, frustration becomes permanent. The Stoic does the opposite. He withdraws attention from what he cannot command and concentrates fully on what he can. This single shift removes more problems than force ever could. Because peace begins when control is placed correctly. 2. Reaction is the real enemy. Most problems don't come from events. They come from reactions. A comment is made, an emotion rises, a response follows too quickly, and suddenly, a small moment becomes a lasting problem. Stoic thinking teaches restraint before response, not suppression, control. Between what happens and how you respond, there is a brief pause. That pause is power. When you react immediately, you give the situation authority over you. When you observe instead, the situation loses momentum. Many problems disappear not because they were solved, but because they were never fed with reaction. Calm breaks chains that anger only tightens. 3. Most problems are emotional addiction. Many people believe they want peace, but their habits say otherwise. They return to worry, they repeat complaints, they replay old injuries. Not because it helps, but because it feels familiar. Stoic thinking exposes an uncomfortable truth. Some problems survive because they are emotionally rewarded. Anxiety gives a sense of importance. Complaining creates identity. Victimhood removes responsibility. The Stoic refuses these rewards. He does not argue with emotion. He starves it. When emotional dependence is removed, many problems collapse on their own. Because without constant attention, they have nothing left to feed on. 4. Remove meaning. Keep facts. Most suffering does not come from facts. It comes from the stories added to them. Something happens, and the mind immediately says, "This is unfair. This shouldn't be happening. This means something about me." Stoic thinking cuts this process short. It separates what happened from what it means. Facts are neutral. Meaning is optional. When you remove interpretation, you remove unnecessary pain. What remains is simple reality. Clear, manageable, and grounded. Problems feel overwhelming only when they are wrapped in narrative. Strip the story away, and what's left is usually much smaller than you feared. 5. Strong men choose battles. Weak minds fight everything, every comment, every delay, every inconvenience, and they exhaust themselves doing it. Stoic thinking teaches selection. Not every problem deserves your energy. Not every challenge is worth engagement. Strength is not constant resistance. It is disciplined restraint. The Stoic chooses his battles carefully because he understands the cost of attention. What you fight grows in importance. What you ignore often fades. By refusing unnecessary struggles, you preserve clarity, energy, and long-term control. This is not avoidance. It is mastery. Stoicism does not promise a life without problems. It promises a mind that is no longer ruled by them. When you stop fighting what you cannot control, when you pause before reacting, when you refuse emotional addiction, and when you strip stories down to facts, and when you choose your battles carefully, life does not become easier. You become stronger, and strength changes everything. The world remains uncertain. People remain unpredictable. Circumstances continue to shift, but none of that needs to disturb you. Because once the mind is ordered, chaos loses its grip. This is why Stoic thinking works. Not because it fixes life, but because it fixes the one place where problems truly begin. Master the mind, and most problems quietly fall away.